I'm going to show you a significant trading technology that my team and I have built that actually helps you learn to trade. It shortens the learning curve itself for brand new traders. And I want to share with you exactly how that works. So the first thing is this is something I call push button trading. And push button trading is just this technology. It's these three buttons right here that allow you to run a plugin inside MetaTrader 5. Of course, that's a free software download. And it literally auto calculates the quantity, the volume of shares, or if you're trading gold or Forex, like lots of asset classes, not just stocks, but Forex, gold, oil, metals, indexes, all kinds of things. And it does calculate like where to enter into a trade, where to stop if things go bad or things go wrong. That's what we call a stop loss. And then also when to take gains, which is basically like when to take profits. And so ultimately, this is for new traders, is for pretty much anyone who wants to learn how to trade faster, or of course, those who find it a little bit challenging to get their order entry in. Maybe the manual calculations of risk and all that's just too much, too early on. My daughter's in high school. They're now all grown. And they used to tell me math is mental abuse towards humans, right? MATH, mental abuse towards humans. And not everyone is a super huge fan of math. I get it, right? Like, how do we shortcut this learning curve? What's the minimum needed to get up and running and to be kind of a more consistent trader? So what I have to show you is the main benefits of using this tool. The first thing is a very, very realistic back trading simulator. And what that does is it allows us to go back in time and allows us to learn in a safe environment. Imagine placing trades and accidentally losing half of your retirement account. Like, that's not a good thing. So learning in a safe environment, making mistakes in a safe environment. And so this tool has a built-in realistic, very realistic back trading simulator. The other thing it does have is you're able to take these same tools, this plugin, and add it to your live charts. We'll show you more about that here in just a second, but you're live trading with this push button technology. And then the third benefit is you're able to synchronize these trades with your actual traditional brokerage accounts. Like, for example, TD Ameritrade, Alpaca, Robinhood, Coinbase, Tradier, TradeStation, like traditional brokers. And of course, you can do this in a retirement account. You can do this with IRAs, Roth IRAs, all types of different accounts. Of course, each one of those account types has some limitations on what you can and can't do, of course. But the ultimate and the fourth and final thing is, of course, you're able to use this tool to unlock your trading capital, right? Unlock trading capital. So what does it look like exactly? Here's a literal screenshot from just a few weeks ago when myself and some of my team were teaching this free to some students just to get this out in front of them, get some ideas for how this works, and to kind of build the prototype and set this off and to set us up for 2024. And so this is what it looks like. These are the buttons, and essentially you have bullish, you have bearish, and you have breakout, and then you have reversal. So each one of these buttons is a toggle. You click it once, it's bullish. Click it again, it's bearish. Click the other button, it's reversal, or click it again, it's a breakout. You click go, and the order is literally thrown out. So if you can imagine being a brand new trader, and you're like, what do I do? How do I get in? And you can see here, literally the lines on the chart show you where I get in, right? And in this case, the stop loss, meaning if it goes down here, I'm going to lose. If it goes up here, I'm going to win, right? So in this case, you would say it's looking for a higher move, or you would say that is bullish. Over here, same thing. We're looking for a bearish move. We're waiting for a lower move, right? So I'm trying to get into a trade where it goes higher, and then kind of waiting for a little bit of a rollover here. And so that's the basics of what this tool does. Now, again, it does have and does provide a lot of really cool things. And what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to show you kind of some of the little bit more examples of what this looks like. But what I'm going to teach you is an easy beginner breakout and an easy reversal strategy, and that you can practice in a realistic simulator. And so you can experience that life lifelike stock market simulation with the order entry, the profit and loss tracking, like all the things, right? And it is a fun way for those of you who have even teenagers or maybe young adults. It is a way to kind of gamify your back trading, and you can, of course, easily sync those trades that you're doing in this tool over to traditional brokers as well. And you can learn how to use the technology along with some predefined strategies that myself and I teach. Now, I don't want you to just take it from me. I want you to see literally what one of my top students named Lauren, what she did. And this is kind of her opinion about all of this, is she said literally it is push button trading has streamlined all the fumble and bumble of inputting an order, and that's literally half the battle. Another piece of that battle is, of course, risk management, understanding it, being able to calculate all the things, right? And so again, this isn't a get rich quick, or this is not an ATM machine. It's not guaranteed. You're the one pushing the buttons. Of course, in order to push the buttons, you have to have some kind of mindset or some kind of strategy that is in the back of your mind that you're trying to execute. And that's basically what I will show you, my team will show you how to do. So who the heck am I? Why am I even qualified to even talk about this? I've been working with stock automation for 4 or 5 years. I've been the CTO of Real Life Trading for the past 4 years. And I've been a speaker at the Money Show the last 3 years. And so I myself, some of my team members, ask one very, very simple question related to brand new beginner traders. And that is it possible to grow a funded account 10% in 2 weeks or less? So some of you guys may be familiar with prop firm trading, and the idea is you pay a small fee, let's say $500, to get into a $50,000 account. You grow it 10%, and then without hitting your max drawdown of, in this case, 6%, you grow it 10% and the money becomes real. And then we can do up to a 90-10 split or a 75-25 where you keep the lion's share. So what does it do exactly? Well, as you guys can see here on the screen, I click the button, I click go, and this is an example on gold. This is a 15-minute chart on gold, and literally each one of these candles over here represents a 15-minute moment in time, right? So I'm able to click a button, it throws out the orders, and you'll see here on the screen that I got in at 19.49 and 17 cents, and my stop loss is up here. In this case, I'm waiting for a rollover and a lower move, which means if I cross up here, I lose. If it crosses down here, I win. And so it's a very specific type of strategy, of course, that we would teach you, or we have several different strategies that we teach. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is help brand new traders get up and running as quickly as possible and kind of shorten that learning curve. So here's a question, Matt. What can it trade? Well, it can trade stocks, it can trade crypto, indexes, Forex, metals, and even oil. Yep. So it's basically any asset that works inside MetaTrader 5 and whatever your broker is that works with MetaTrader 5, any asset in there. It's basically what it can do. So again, just a quick recap, we can do a real-time trading simulator. I'll show you that. And I feel that that's way more realistic of an experience than TradingView has a bar replay feature. You may or may not be familiar with that, but you basically look at one candle at a time, you draw lines on the chart, that's it. There's no emotional connection when you're going and you're trying to bar replay. Like there's no profit, it's not calculated, there's no emotional ups and downs that you typically get with real actual trading. And so your orders are auto calculated with the entry, the quantity, stop loss, price targets, all that. And then the other part that's really interesting is you can use and you can watch the P&L fluctuate with every single tick of the chart. So imagine every half second, 2 seconds, you get a little update in your candlesticks, and we show you and teach you kind of how all that works in the simulator. And of course, you're able to watch your lines on your chart for your entry, stop loss, price target. You'll see all of those, just like we looked at just a second ago, all those on the chart itself, which gives you an idea of where you get into the trade and what direction you want the trade to go after you get in. You are able to watch kind of it in with a win or loss based on like what strategy you're executing. And it does have an ability to auto exit at the end of the day. For those who like to day trade, sometimes you don't want to take day trades and swing them into the next day, right? You just want to auto exit before the end of the day. So it does have a feature that auto exits and you define what time, depending on what you're trading. Each market for gold has a little bit different time than stocks. There's a little different time than indexes. Depending on what you trade, you're able to adjust that with settings. And so ultimately it does require you to understand some stock trading basics, which we will teach you and assist you in executing those consistent strategies. So each class, we will teach you a different strategy. It's a different strategy. So you can sign up for a class that I'm teaching for a certain strategy. You can sign up with one of my coaches who teach a different strategy. You can take one or both of those classes, and we try to overlap them. So if you want to take 2 classes at a time, you're welcome to at different times. Maybe one is Monday and Wednesday, another one's maybe Tuesday and Thursday, maybe mornings, maybe evenings. We'll have the class schedule updated about halfway through the month for the following month. So this is some examples of what it looks like when you're in the simulator. I'll show you some live stuff here in just a second. So here's what push button trading looks like when you add it to a single chart. If I was to expand that, this is what it looks like when I have 4 different charts. So I can have different settings for Tesla. That's different than gold. That's different than Apple stock. That's different than the NASDAQ 100, the index itself. And so I'm able to get into that. And so ultimately what you have is you have these buttons, and these buttons basically assume and can work. It's kind of strategy neutral. I call it the breakout strategy. It is kind of strategy neutral, but you're able to get in and wait for a continuation. Bullish means you want to get in long, you want to buy shares, wait for it to go higher, or buy some gold or crypto or oil. You're waiting for a higher move, right? Bearish means you're waiting for a lower move. You're going to profit on the way down. And so these are some examples of what the bullish and bearish breakout strategy, what it does. In this case, this is the bullish reversal. So I was waiting for, imagine buying at support, waiting for a higher move, selling at resistance, waiting for a lower move. And then of course, the third piece here is you're able to sync these trades with traditional brokers. So what does that mean? Well, I can click this button, and you'll see here on my chart is actually was a winning trade. I was bullish right here. I bought right here, and I auto exited up here, right? So when I click that button, what happens? Well, I take, in this case, this is a Coinbase trade. I bought 500 shares, and here's all my entry, 109.33, stop loss of 108.64, take profit. Again, don't worry about all these. We will teach you how to do all this. It's not a big deal. It's more intimidating than anything. But what this does when you sync these trades is we now can send these trades to Traders Post, right? Which is a third-party sister company partner, not sister company, but a partner of ours. And then TD Ameritrade is what I can configure, or any of those previously named brokers. And then it sends the trade to my TD Ameritrade account. So not only am I doing it over here, I can sync that same trade exactly into my actual brokerage account. I personally like TD Ameritrade, as you guys know, is being bought out. So TD Ameritrade is going to become a different platform, and the migrations have begun. The fourth and final piece here is that you are able to unlock some trading capital. What does that mean? Well, if you grow a funded, or we'll call it an assessment account, if you grow it 10%, the money becomes real, right? That's how you qualify for a live prop trading account. There are a couple rules you got to know about. Of course, number one, a maximum 6% drawdown. So plus 20%, plus 10% on the upside, 6% on the downside. That's one of the rules. And you can't lose more than 5% in a single day. Now, if you're using our plan, our execution, our strategies, there's really no reason why you would ever lose 5% in a day. Of course, there's some factors, of course, that go into that. But we do have some risk management that we build into our plans, into the recipe, into the written tools that we provide you as you go through a class. And then finally, you do have to take a trade at least once every 30 days. Otherwise, the account is considered abandoned. There are costs for having these accounts open. So if they're just out there not being used, there's a lot of reasons why people like this. Of course, simplicity, efficiency, order automation, speed, accessibility, risk management, consistency, and real-time decision-making. And so, team, that's what I have for you guys. The ultimate piece here is, of course, the offer itself, which is you get, if you sign up for this class, it includes a link to the free download of the MetaTrader 5 platform. So this is the platform that all of this technology runs on. It does include, and we show you how to use the realistic back trading simulator. We do teach this class at the top of every month. Usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays have a bunch of different options for dates and times. And it does include 8 classes. So it's basically twice a week. Each one lasts about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But ultimately, all you would need to commit to is about, let's say, 2 to 3 hours a week for 4 weeks. That's it. We do give you some homework. You need to spend some time learning. And we do have some extra resources, of course, to help you. And of course, we do give you a free paper trading account so you can practice all this stuff before you get into a prop firm or assessment prop account. And it does include integration to Traders Post itself. So I'm going to pause right here and see if there are any questions real quick and see if I can help any questions. Okay, so David has a question. So does this technology work on MetaTrader 5, Sierra charts, NinjaTrader, or Trade Ideas? And ultimately, this tool lives inside of MetaTrader 5 and it operates in that environment. MetaTrader 5 is supported on both Windows and Mac. It does not work on Sierra Charts, NinjaTrader, or Trade Ideas. Those are totally separate platforms, very different. Can I use this tool in my broker? Again, it does have to live in MetaTrader 5, but you can synchronize those trades into your broker, any broker that's supported by Traders Post itself. Yep, great question. Let's see. Andrew says, can this tool gamify any? Okay, so yes and no. So right now, the tool has 2, like we'll call it generic or neutral like strategies or calculations. Bullish and bearish is one, and then reversal and breakout are the other. So collectively 2 of each, so 4 total. We will, of course, maybe support some more in the future, but that's kind of where it's at right now. We might add some more in the roadmap later on next year. Let's see. Kelsey says, is this the same as bot trading? Great question, but no. I do teach bot trading. It's a totally different specialty. But what this does is it requires button clicks from you, the trader. So you have to manually understand a strategy and execute on that. But bot trading is a different thing. I do have a different separate class that I do. But the bots themselves automatically place the trades with no human interaction. This does require some human interaction with the tool itself. Yeah, good question. What account size does this work with? So this works on any account size. This is specially designed for Think Markets and 8cap up till now. So 8cap and Think Market are the brokers we've tested this on. Lots of other brokerage accounts out there that work with MetaTrader 5. I haven't tested every single one. I do know about the ones that I use and the ones I'm familiar with. It does come with a set of customizable inputs and allows you to adjust some of those parameters like risk, how much you want to risk, or based on your risk tolerance or your account size. So you can definitely do that. Where do you offer any guarantee? Oh, do we offer any guarantees? So you're paying for the tool and the training. I can't really just, I guess we can't give you the tool and then you want your money back, because like it's like going to Best Buy saying I want to keep the TV and I want my money back. Ultimately, once you have the tool, I can't really do anything about that. So we don't really offer any guarantees. If you miss a lot, we will give you the opportunity to go through a new class. It is always recorded, so if you miss a session, it will be recorded and you can kind of catch up. But again, that's it. Any other questions? Oh, where do I sign up for the class? That would that would be helpful. Yeah. So pushbuttontrading.co. Pushbuttontrading.co is where you can go to sign up for the class. And as I said, we do have every single month. At the top of the month, we'll have several classes. My team and my coach and I. My coaches, I've personally trained them. They've been in my class where I've taught this. They were students. Now they're successful and they're going on and teaching this themselves. And I certified them. I give them my stamp of approval to go on and teach the strategies. I do have approval and I do have some checks and balances there as well. But team, that's what I have for you guys. Reach out if you have any questions. Matt DeLong, and I appreciate it. Thanks so much.